Good evening and welcome back to Survival Sealab. I'm Modi Operandus. Last episode, I worked on this nice jungle fish area for some fish hatching and fish breeding. And as promised, I made it nice and pretty between episodes here. We'll take a look at that quick here. We'll see how our breeding efforts did from last episode, and then we'll get into even more fun with genetics. So let's get going. All right, so night has fallen in the jungle here. Just the beginning of night. I can't even see the moon yet. And I'm back at this nice little fish breeding area I put together last episode. It didn't look nearly this pretty, so I made it nice and pretty between episodes here. I added a second one on, so I was breeding netherfish over here, and I figured we'll want a second one so we can breed like neon tetras over here and that kind of thing. And that kind of warm fish. And then I made a nice fishing pond down here so we can catch even more neon tetras while I have some downtime while I'm waiting on those. And then I made a nice little waterfall coming off of there, a secondary pond down here. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this build, actually. It's kind of neat for just throwing it together on the fly here. I set up an auto fisher down here so we can try to catch some more neon tetras as we're waiting around as well. And it's set with the chunk loader, or a spot loader rather, so that we can keep this going all the time. I also set up a water breathing crystal here. I've done so many little improvements, little things, you know? Oh man, look at this. We got a music disc in here. It caught a music disc? That's pretty incredible. Lots of neon tetras in here, a couple raw ones. Oh, a live koi. That's amazing. I didn't know we could actually catch those, but apparently we can. So that actually helps out our breeding efforts. We don't have to breed for koi anymore. Well, that's fantastic. We might still need to breed for them because we need to get enough of them to breed with other things. I think koi is used in certain recipes like the Siamese fighting fish. No, it's using the clownfish. So this is kind of the end game fish, actually. Clownfish and enderfish mixed together creates the clownfish. So we actually caught almost one of the top fish right here. Low fertility, insane lifespan. And this is epic lifespan, extremely low fertility. So, I mean, that's kind of the drawback of these guys. You get this clownfish, which is a very low percentage because they got two low fertile parents, unfortunately. So let's take all of our fish back to the Sealab. We got Minecraft fish. Okay, so there is a mariculture Minecraft fish. You can breed it with other stuff. I don't know. I mean, I guess it just increases or decreases the lifespan if you breed it with something. Anything else live we caught? No, nothing else live we caught. Oh, there's stingray. We'll grab that too. Oh, another stingray. Well, that's about it though. We'll take the music disc back as well. I think we might have this one already. And protection 1 boots. We can just toss those out of here. Don't need those. All right, so let's head back to the Sealab and take a look and see how our breeding efforts did. I went back and took the eggs out of here and popped them into the incubators, and we'll see how it all ended up. So let's head back through the Nexus, the beautiful, beautiful Nexus here, and we'll head over to the Sealab Shed Aquarium. And we're into the Shed Aquarium just like that quickly. I love it. Anyways, let's go take a look and see how our breeding efforts did here. We didn't actually make any progress here. Our goal was to create more netherfish, and we didn't actually get any, so that's too bad. But our secondary goal was accomplished. We wanted some nether droplets, and I'm going to use those in just a minute. I want to drop these fish off where they need to go. And you know what? The koi here doesn't actually have a spot yet, so I need to figure out where it needs to go. So I'm going to actually put this in just a random open spot here for now, because I don't know which the designated spot for it's going to be. We'll take these night fish over here. We should probably start breeding these together again, because again, we didn't catch that many. We still need more night fish to breed with other things. I don't want to use them up, otherwise we'll have to go fishing. But now that we have our fishing set up in the jungle there, it'll be less of an issue. And our nether fish here, we'll put these back where they go. What else do? We got a goldfish. We got another goldfish here in the meantime, and to add a second one to that. So we're getting goldfish minnow hybrids. That's fantastic. And we'll take our cods and minnows and all that and stuff and throw it in here. And we'll throw our minnows over here. I should really create a little light ball or something. Like maybe I make a lamp, like a neon lamp for mariculture on top of the ones that I'm done with. So I know which ones I don't need to breed for. And I can kind of just go through. Because I mean, I'm just going to catch all live fish basically. Is my goal here is to catch a live fish for everything or breed a live fish for everything. But like this one I caught, for instance, the pufferfish I didn't breed for, I just caught it. So we can actually count that one out as far as our breeding efforts go. Anyways, what we want to do today is we're going to start with building a fish analyzer. This is kind of similar to like the bee analyzer you'd see in the forestry mods that use bee breeding and that kind of thing. So I'm going to grab, I think I just need one of each of these things. I don't know if I need all of them, but I know we have one of each to do this, I think now. So we have a water droplet, we have everything we need now, I think. Okay, so what we need to do is we'll use these nether droplets to create the fish scanner. Yeah, the fish scanner, that's what it's called. And this will let us basically analyze the genetic traits of our fish. We need a copper battery, any type of dead fish, and any type of pearl, and then the 6 water droplets you see on the sides here. So we'll grab a dead fish out of here. Doesn't matter what. Doesn't really matter what at all. We'll grab any kind of pearl out of here. We have 42 red ones. That's pretty good. And do I still have a copper battery? I thought I did. Where that might that have gone to? I don't think I would have used it for anything. Ah, there we go. Copper battery. Fantastic. Okay, so now we should be able to just take this over to a crafting table, and we'll go uses on this bad boy right here, and we'll make it. Oh man, it didn't work. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll go like this. The old-fashioned way meaning don't press shift when you click it, and then it'll give you the recipe like that. That's basically the old-fashioned way is what I mean by that. Poison droplet, nether droplet, water droplet. Is that water droplet? It's hard to say. Any kind of pearl, any kind of fish, and any kind of battery there. And what do we need still? We need white one here. Is that? And this? Yes, we got it, the fish scanner. So this is really cool because we can pop it open, put any fish into here, and it'll give us all of the active and inactive traits. So these are the dominant and recessive genes of it, basically. And we can see what it can do, and we get some like combination fishes, like hybrid fishes, I guess is what we're trying to say there. We can see that they're what their traits actually are. So let's go back over to the aquarium and we'll grab a hybrid fish here. Let's grab one of these goldfish we made here, and we'll grab it out and see what the hybrid looks like. So we'll get lots of cool information from this. We'll see that it is active as goldfish, inactive as minnow. We can see its lifespan. So if we're doing like very technical breeding and that kind of thing, we can use this information to get very specific about what we want from our fish and only breed certain ones together. So that's the idea with that. Pretty cool. It's going to really help us in our breeding efforts here. Drop these stingrays over here for now. Let's throw the Minecraft fish in there too. And drop off all of our water droplets. So now that we've got that done, we got a lot of information about the genetics of our fish. It'll help us in our breeding efforts in the future here. But now we're going to actually do some even more fun stuff with genetics and the advanced genetics mod. So I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to get everything ready for that, and then I'll be right back. All right, so now we're ready to get started on the advanced genetics mod. I got all of the stuff from the mod pulled up here, so we can start going on that. What we're going to be doing now is, this is going to be some rapture type stuff down here. We're finally entering the evil stage of our underwater civilization. There are no laws down here. We don't have to be beholden to science. We can just experiment all we want down here, and no one can stop us because we're not beholden to the laws of the surface. Anyways, we're going to be starting some genetics here, and we need a couple things to get started here. First thing we'll need is a scraper. Do we have any stone sticks or stone tool rods? We do. How about that? All right, so I'm going to make a scraper here. And what this is going to let us do is go to any kind of mob, and we can scrape skin cells off of it and use those in our own purposes. So we need to decide what we want to start with. Do we want to start with chickens? Do we want to start with cows? Maybe we can go down and get some like skeletons or something like that from downstairs, maybe. I thought one of the best things to do to start with this would be squid, because we can actually get water breathing from squids. So we're actually going to grab a couple skin cells off of this, just enough to get started here. Sorry, Inky. We'll be back later for more of you, but I don't want to kill him because he is locked to this area. He doesn't despawn, and so he's providing lots of ink for us. So I'm not going to use him. Maybe we'll go find a free range squid in the future here. But I just wanted to grab a couple to get started here. So we got skin cells, and next thing we need is the DNA analyzer. No, analyzer. Yes, that's it. Right here. So we need to make a magnifier, which is just a stone stick and a piece of glass. And then we need to make the DNA analyzer, which is just iron and the magnifier. So we'll go like this, and we'll take this downstairs to the new area. So we'll need some conduits. I have 46. Oh my God. How did you get in here? Seriously? This room is sealed. Oh man, we've already got a breach. We've already got a breach in our clean room down here. All right, so I put this room together as kind of a clean room to keep us safe from the outside environment, where we can do our experiments in peace down here. But apparently it wasn't clean enough. Let's connect to this conduit right here. This is going to be pulling power off of the ME system, and these genetics things require a lot of power, so it's not going to be too good to pull off the ME system. I might want to set up its own network and own power storage for this, but we'll see what happens. So let's just get started here. We'll put this down. We'll put in our skin cells, and we'll let them go to town. Now, it takes a long time, but we'll fix that in the future here with these little things called the overclockers right here. We could probably make a couple of these pretty easily. Yeah, it's not too expensive. So we'll make some of those in a moment here. I just want to show you how long it takes to start with here, and then the next time around we'll make it a little bit faster. So the very first thing we need to make here is the basic DNA dictionary, and that is we need 4 cells for this and then a book. So we actually need to get a few more skin cells from our little friend Inky over here. So let's go actually grab a few more because we will need a few skin cells for this. So let's go grab a few more here. And then we'll make those overclockers right away because you know what? Who wants to sit around waiting all the time here? Hopefully this doesn't damage Inky too much here. It takes like 1 or 2 damage per time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have enough now. We have enough to get started at least. Because the very first few ones we need are going to be used in crafting recipes. And then after that, we can actually start creating genes and that kind of thing. So every single cell will produce organic drops, which are actually used as furnace fuel, I think, is all they're really used for. Yes, furnace fuel. So it's something at least. I don't know how much benefit it provides, but I'm guessing not much. And then the cells of a squid. So basically, this is the garbage. To stop your thing before being totally automated, they have some type of garbage that gets created, so you have to pump that out every once in a while to get rid of it. So we need 4 more cells, and I'm going to go actually make those overclockers right now. I'm going to teach my ME system how to make overclockers so we don't have to worry about it anymore. So we need, for overclockers, we need clocks, which is this like that. And then we need redstone and clock like that to make 4 of them. And now that it knows that, we can tell it to make a bunch of them. I'll just have it make like 64 probably. Oh, we gotta find a spot for it though. Man, we got a lot of recipes in here finally. Getting pretty good here. But, okay, so now we can make those overclockers. And let's do that. Craft this. Begin. Let's make 64 of those. We'll grab out... Oops, not that. We'll grab out 24 of them right now. Okay, 16 is fine. That's enough to get started. Now, I don't want to put too many in here because the more power it draws, it might actually affect our system. So we don't want to put too many in there. I'll put in 8. You can put up to 16 in a single machine, though, but this will be at least going a little bit faster. So let's put these skin cells in there, and as you can see, it's going much, much faster. With 16, it would be going almost instantaneously, but I don't think I want that necessarily. We'll do this just like this. This is fast enough for me. Not too much waiting in between, and there's ways to automate this down the road, too, here. We'll do that in a moment. But once we have the 4 skin cells, regular skin cells, I guess is the wrong word, but we'll do the last one here, too. And we'll start getting our first gene. All right, so now we're going to go and take this up to here and craft it with a book. So to use these, we're going to go with the basic DNA dictionary. We're going to go like this and put the cells around it. Any kind of cells will do, but our friend Inky was good enough to donate some of his skin for us to get this done. So now we have the basic DNA dictionary, and now we can start creating some other things here. So we want, the next thing we need is the DNA extractor is the next one up. So we need to make a hopper and put the DNA dictionary in there. And did it consume the dictionary? Oh man, if we have to make a dictionary every single time, oh, that's gonna be unfortunate. Okay, so it's gonna take a lot of work here actually to get this going here because we gotta make a dictionary every single time we wanna make a new machine. Oh my God, this is not safe at all down here. We can't keep those guys out too easily anyways, but okay, still. So we got the DNA extractor, that's the next step in the process here. We put the cells of the squid in there, and we actually connect it to power, and then it'll go. And let's put some overclockers in there as well. Now, if we remove this machine, we get the overclockers back, so it's not a huge problem. So now we got an encrypted helix. The next step in the process is to put it into, the next one down is the decryptor. Wow, we're gonna need a lot here. So we're gonna need a lot of cells going forward here. So I'm just gonna take a minute, gather a bunch of cells up so we can make all the dictionaries we'll need here. So bear with me for a moment. All right, I think I've gotten everything I need. I got one extra manual here, but next we need the decryptor is the next step in the process. So let's lay all this stuff down. After that, it will be the splitter. And then after that, it'll be the breeder is all the stuff we'll need. Man, it's going to be a long process here, but we'll get it done today, I think. At least get started on it, a good start on it today. So next we'll take our cells. I got cells of a zombie in here because they're quite plentiful just to test it out here. I don't know what the cells of the zombie do exactly, but we're going to do the DNA extractor. That's the next step here. We also have the helix encrypted. This is the one from the squid here before. So we're going to make this up here quick into water breathing genes, I think. So this helix will be decrypted into a unencrypted helix. Just like this. And we get the basic gene. Now we didn't get water breathing on that. So basic gene is not going to do a whole lot for us, but we can go through the process of finishing this up here at least. So the basic gene will then go into the gene splitter. These basic genes we can use for various things. We'll use those in our overall recipes here in a moment. Make this go a little bit faster, so this one too. And we can actually automate this whole thing using the auto output upgrades. We'll put these in here, and we can actually just auto output, and then we'll leave it there. Because I don't want to choose the split here. Normally you'd choose resistance. Okay, so resistance is what you get for a zombie. We're actually going to take that and see how it goes here. So with the upgrades, you can see the power does drain down a little bit. There's not a lot of buffer in here. So you don't want to do too many upgrades because it will drain out the buffer and it won't actually work then if it does. And so now we have the gene resistance, and then we'll put that into the DNA breeder, and it didn't work. Okay, so that sometimes happens occasionally. We need a few more then, is what basically needs to happen then. So like this is almost too much automation here because it's draining out of power. The power can't keep up with it. It requires a lot of juice to get this going here. And so now, what happened to the helix? There it is. So like that, it's you know, if you get too little power in there, sometimes that'll happen. And unfortunately, this is as much power as we can get to it. So we're gonna have to figure out something else for this. Let's pop this out. Maybe we put too many overclockers in there. Man, this is all automated now, so it's gonna be a big problem. Okay, so let's actually take these out now. Now we've done all this work. Let's pull these out quick because the auto things are kind of screwing me up right now. We need a little bit more power for this whole thing. Maybe we can supplement it somehow down the road. But for now, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way without the auto ejectors on there. Combiner is not what we need right now. We need extractor. All right, so we need to unencrypt this one here. We'll put the overclockers in there. Maybe 4 upgrades. The upgrades are probably the problem actually, not the auto ejectors. But we need enough that it's fast enough, but we want to make sure that it's not too fast that it's draining out the machines. So we choose your gene here. We're not getting too lucky as far as genes go. We got a couple basic genes. We got a resistance gene. Is this working now? All right, let's keep trying here. We'll get this eventually. All right, for some reason I couldn't get this to work. I decided I would just cheat in a different breeder, and when I used a cheated in breeder, it worked. So I don't know why that is. I deleted out the extra cheated ones I got in, so I'm still normal here. But I just replaced the one that I made, and somehow it didn't work. Now the resistance gene is working. So once we get the gene in there, I don't know if it's going to continue to work if I move this thing, because I don't really want it in that position, but it's working now, so that's all I really care about. We're going to take the basic genes in there, and we can use any kind of gene in this, really, basic genes or resistance genes to improve this thing. So basically, we're going to create a resistance syringe right now, is what we're going to do. So let's grab all the resistance genes I have wasted over here, because these can be put back to use now. And we'll combine them into here. Now, we could probably put an overclocker in here, make this go a little bit faster. Let's do that right now. Do like 4, because 4 seems to be the limit between like overkilling my power supply and the power supply of the actual machine here. And yeah, it's just barely down to half whenever this happens. If I automate this, it might be a bit of a problem because it's not going to have time to recover. So for the resistance gene, you can see it's breeding state 6 of 12, which means we have to do 12 total genes in there before it'll be complete. If we use resistance genes, it gives double. If we use regular genes, it gives 1. If we use basic genes, it gives us 1. But between the two of them, we should get there in no time. So, completed. We got a completed resistance gene. The next step is to make a centrifuge and the DNA combiner. So I'm going to put those right here and right here. And what we need to do now is finally, we're going to remove some of our own blood carefully, using a syringe. And it is filled now. We go blind for a minute there. And we put this in here, centrifuge it out. And then we get a centrifuged syringe that we do with that. We put inside the combiner. I believe we put this in like that. We'll put it in here, and then we combine into it the resistance gene. And we should probably overclock all of this stuff here eventually. And we get a filled syringe. All right, so now we can take this filled syringe and centrifuge it again. And what we get is a filled centrifuged syringe. We now inject it back into ourselves. And we get resistance 2. So this is our constant. This is going to be constant, I think. I don't know if the nausea will pass. Oh god, I'm freaking out, man. All right, we get resistance. Now, I believe resistance provides extra defense. Is that the deal with it? Let's see. Not that we really need it, that we're pretty much invincible as it is right now, but we get resistance 2 all the time. Now, it's always going to be on the left there. I don't know if I like that. There are ways to remove the genes if we decide we don't want resistance anymore. We can do that. I'm going to take a little break here. I'm going to figure out a way to automate all of this into a really cool system. So I'll be right back after I do that. All right, so I did some work automating the system. I haven't tested it yet. This will be my trial run, but I believe it's going to work here. So let's go downstairs here and take a look at what I came up with. Okay, so this is the collection chamber. This is where I'm going to throw in mobs using a safari net, and then this little autonomous activator here will scrape cells off of them. There is a block inside of advanced genetics here, which can be an auto scraper, I think it's called, but it requires power. And I thought this might be just a more elegant solution. It doesn't require power, and everything down here requires so much power as it is that I might as well save where I can. Anyways, this will get collected into the hopper here, and then it'll get pulled out over to here, and this will be where we collect all of the cells. So like for instance, all these skin cells will get collected into here, and then depending on the animal or creature that I'm trying to collect here, I can come over to my R&D area here, and now basically all of these are not automated, so I have to stand here and actually do it. But because they're not automated, I put the overclockers up to 16 on them. They require a ton of power when they do that, but I can just make it so it's nice and quick. So we're getting the cells of a bat right now, and that's one thing I definitely want to do. This might just be basic though, basic gene, yeah. So we need to get the flight gene. Do I have any more bat cells in here? I do. All right, so this is my R&D area. This is basically how it's gonna work. So hopefully we can get from one of these here. I got a lot of zombie cells in there from testing, but let's just throw a couple of these in here. So this will analyze, and then we'll see what we can get. That one's just gonna be a basic. I can tell right from even the encrypted right now, I can tell what it's gonna be. So it's it takes a little bit of practice here, but that was a new one. Okay, so this is AF17BC, and this is F17AAA. So now we can throw this one in here, and that will get a fly gene. All right, so we'll take it over the next one then, and put it into here. Choose the fly gene, and there we go. So now what we're gonna do is put it in the breeder, and the breeder is once again not working here. So I'm gonna fix this quick here, and I'll be right back. All right, so it seems like it only works when it's taking power from the side for some reason, but that's how it is. That's kind of how it's gonna have to be. Unfortunately, can't have this. This is a nice elegant machine how I had it before. I have to have this over to the side, which is fine because these aren't automatic. Hopefully this one over here works though. We'll have to take a look and see. But basically what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this gene fly, and now that we have the gene set up, we can actually use basic genes in it. So I'm gonna come over here, and this is my automated system over here. So this is my R&D where I do all the research to collect the right genes that I want to breed, and then over here is where I'm going to automate everything. So basically I have all of these basic zombie genes in here. I'm just going to turn this on, and this is going to come right into the DNA analyzer, and it's not pumping correctly for some reason. All right, so there's going to be a little tweaking I have to do as we go here, I'm sure. A hopper will probably work better. Let's do that instead. Let's see if I have a hopper in here. Little tweaking on the fly, of course, always necessary because you don't test something before you start doing a video for it, of course, and you end up with a big problem. So let's do this, and we'll switch this around so it's going downwards. It didn't work. There we go. And we'll pop this off. We're going to have to figure out a system for this all together, but we'll just make sure. So basically what's going to happen is I'll put an animal in here or creature in here, and then it's going to get the genes extracted out. When I have everything I want as far as research out, I can void this chest by clicking this on, and then a conduit here or a item duct will start sucking it over to here. But there's no chest here for the moment, so we'll pull this up a little bit, and need a few more item ducts, of course, but that's fine. We'll just, for testing purposes, we'll just make this work for right now. So this should work now. Let's see if this works. Okay, that is working. I set the overclockers on these to 2 so that they don't use the power up too quickly because they're all automated here, and hopefully they'll be going like constantly. This will fill up quickly. All right, so this will pass it off to here, and this is working now. Okay, so this will pass it off to here, and the next step will be automatic then. Goes into the DNA auto splitter. This is a pretty easy recipe to make. You just use the splitter and put in like a little bit of redstone, and it makes the auto splitter, and then this will get pumped into the breeding state, the DNA breeder, and already we have one fly gene on here. Now, the auto splitter, as far as I can tell, only makes basic genes, so this is the perfect automation system. We take the genes we want to create, come over here, wait a little while, and they'll get collected. So this is going through another system here. It's not going through anymore. Well, it's going to take a little tweaking. Oh, you know what? This is the problem. Hoppers and these things don't get along. That's the reason. All right, so we get the levers out of there. Now it'll work fine. Yeah, hoppers and levers don't get along sometimes. I don't know what the deal with that is, but we got it going. So now it's all automated, and in no time, we will have a fly gene made for ourselves, and that's the one I'm really after. I decided to keep the resistance on, because that is kind of a cool one. It does prevent you from burning and from lava damage and that kind of thing, so it's something we want for sure. Then we can also come over here to the centrifuge and work on this. This is not an automated process at all. It's just connected to power. So this is my basic advanced genetics system. I mean, basic. I did do a little bit of work automating the entire thing right from the get-go, but it should be pretty cool, should be pretty useful. We're gonna get all kinds of new genes. I really want the fly gene. That was the main one that I wanted, but maybe we'll get some other ones and make ourselves into true superheroes here. I can't wait to see what we can do and to try this stuff out next time. So that's gonna do it for this episode of Survival Sealab. We are becoming a rapture underneath the water here. It's gonna be really cool. We're gonna be splicing like crazy now, and get all tripped out and crazy from all of the weird splicing that we're gonna do. Anyways, I've been Modi. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Survival Sealab. If you're enjoying the series, please let me know via likes or comments, and I'll see you back next time for more. Have a good night.